happened was I actually forgot to hit the record button, but I am going to do it now. I'm just going to kind of go over back and talk about the trading room first and to welcome those people online. So here it is again, the trading room. All right. What happened was I actually forgot. Okay, there we go. So the trading room is moderated by expert traders, myself along with Aaron. Okay, good refresher here. And this is where strategies come alive every morning, 9:20 to 10:30 Eastern time. And you can learn from the learn and earn from the best. Okay. If you don't mind me saying, people say to me, you should trump your own horn a little more. And I say, well, I'm a little humble on the humble side. That's why they call me Humble Hugh. Actually, they don't really call me that. I just made that up. But folks, seriously, we've been doing this for a very long time. Aaron and I have over 40 years combined trading market exposure, market participation. So we trade what we teach, and we teach what we trade. And I think coming in from the trenches, this is what you want to learn. This is, you might not even know it yet, but this is what you want to learn. And we've got these sessions as being interactive. That means you can, if you are in a trade at that time, you can punch it up on the Zoom dashboard there, and we'll endeavor to answer any questions you might have in real, right? All right, so moving along here, you can watch us make money, or you can get into the real trades yourself. Setups are there. We use real money, and again, we've got the longest running trading room. Any questions, you get them answered. Folks, jump into this, the 2 to 10K challenge. Never too early or too late to get in, and I think that this will benefit you even if you take it to 5,000, 2,000 to 5,000 or 8,000. I mean, how cool is that? Some people think that taking it from 2 to 10 is very aggressive. I say, not really, not the way we've got it figured out and that it works. In fact, as a matter of fact, I think we're going to hit the 10K mark probably well in advance of December 25th, which is what our target is. So, all right, let's take a look here. This is normally I do a fireside or a beachside chat right here, but couldn't get the camera to work with the PowerPoint in this thing. I think you need a newer version of the software, but I couldn't get it. So we're going to just take your questions with, there's me, and my beautiful Bernese mountain dog, 120 pounds of pure love and affection, 11 years old. They're only supposed to live between 6 and 8. We got her on borrowed time, but she's doing great. Thank you for asking. Lonnie asked that question. Thank you so much for that. As a matter of fact, he says, when do we see your dog again? Well, there she is right there, smiling for the camera. Let's just get back to some of the questions. And this is what I want to address, the questions and comments that you guys had from early on here. So, all right, will the fund raise the rates? A lot of people are saying no. Leave interest rates alone. No change. The Feds will raise rates. Some people think that they will. Leave alone until the first of the year. Seasonal stay the same. I think the Fed will leave rates alone, but make comments after the rates can still go up in the future. So I mean, we're getting a lot of people believe, and I think the market believes that too. I think last I saw was like a 97.5% chance of zero of them raising the rates, but a little higher in December after they get a better view of where the market is going. Okay, there's certain key numbers, certain key indicators they are looking at. All right, and that's what they use to determine whether they should raise rates or not. All right, so any other questions here? Can you speak about the picks of the day, which were calls on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this past week? Bruce, unfortunately, I wasn't in the trading room much on those days, so I'd have to go back and see. I understand there might have been, I'm not sure, 1 or 2 calls, puts. I'm not sure how that worked out. If you are, and this goes for anybody if you are in a bad pick of the day or an OMG trade, we'd have to look at it tomorrow in the trading room to see where it is. Now, as I understand it, those 2 trades in the last parts of the week would have been next week's or this coming week's Friday's expiration. So you have ample time for these options to organically come into their own or repair them. I just want to send just a few words on repairs, because I get this question a lot. How do you repair a trade? Well, My approach to this is perhaps a little different than many. So you'll find a lot of the things that I do to be different. I used to work in the insurance industry as an internal auditor. Back in the day, and I'm sure they're still doing it this way, when a claim comes in, let's say for an automobile claim, fender bender. Back then, it was they weren't as expensive as they are to replace. I don't know what it costs now to replace. I don't think they fix them anymore either. Do they just replace them or whatever? But let's say the estimate came in at $2,000 back then. Well, we would set up, as an example, a claim for, say, $10,000. For miscellaneous things, maybe along with the fender that they did not determine yet was some internal damage or something. Possibly might have even been maybe another $20,000 for personal injury that's gonna, somehow show up later. So we'd have this gap in there, the $2,000, what the appraisers estimated the damage for, and another maybe 20, 10, 20, $30,000, whatever the adjuster determined, underwriter, whatever claims adjuster determined to be a potential liability for us, right? Because we had to put this on the books as a potential liability, that this might still go up. Just because the appraiser says 2,000 doesn't mean it's going to be 2,000. So I took that concept from the insurance industry into my trading world. And you'll find that I do this a lot, where I'm going to, use analogies into my aviation, world or my insurance world. So when I look to get into a trade, all right, I might look to, say, spend $1,800 as an example on a trade. I might buy 10 contracts for 100, for $1.80, so it's like $1,800, right? But I will have, say, a $10,000 limit as to what I would actually inject into this trade. So if my initial purchase is $1,800, that means I have what, $8,200 in which I can work with if I need to repair the trade. So not only do we determine which way the stock is likely going to go, but I would also like to see the propensity of that trade and also have a reserve fund in case the trade turns against me and I need to repair it. Because as a repair, we're actually injecting more capital into the trade, buying the options when they're much lower, but when we still see, right, we still see the setup going back up in which to fill that gap. Now, when we get into it in the trading room, we'll explain it more to you as to what we're talking about in that regard. But that's what I'm looking to do. Okay, so I don't take losses lightly anymore. So anyway, the picks of the day, if you are in a losing trade, not worry about them yet. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll see how it goes. Maybe organically they'll come into their own, or possibly you can actually go back and fix some. So all right, let's get into some other questions that you may have here. Wow. A lot of people saying no change, no change. Fed will raise the rate. Some people are saying it will. All right. Okay. All right. In this program, how many contracts do you trade daily to take? Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, let's go back to, where did it go? Where did it go? Hang on a second here. All right, let's go back to this screen here. Let's go back to the screen right here. Okay, so and I got a lot of people saying they like the 2 to 10K challenge. They're doing the 10K challenge. Okay, so people are asking, well, how many contracts do I typically trade in this challenge? So what I do is, the limit here is my current balance in real, this actual balance. That's how much money I can trade for my next trade. So right here, we're at 45.77, October the 27th, which was Friday. Tomorrow morning, all right, my limit is 45.77. I cannot trade more than that. So what I will do, let's say the stock I determine is going to go up. I'm interested in buying call options to go up. And let's say the option price is valued at $3 for the call option. So I take the 45.77 divided by 3. That's how many contracts I can buy. That'll probably be maybe, I don't know what's 3. I don't know. Let me get my trusty calculator out here. Just I know it's, it's just late. I understand. What I'm trying to do is figure this out. 45.77. If I'm buying 3, so I could probably buy 15 contracts I don't know why I used a calculator for that. Apologize. Oh my gosh, I feel like an idiot. By 3 contract or sorry, 15, a little over 15 contracts, but just 50, say 15 contracts. You don't want to go over that actual balance. Okay. That balance is that's the limit. So you want to go into that. And then I determine, we'll see if I want to make $93 tomorrow. So on 15 contracts, how many 93. So each contract has to bring in 6.2 cents. Obviously can't do 0.2, so I'll say 7 cents. So I'll probably put them up for sale. So here's what I'll probably do with the challenge tomorrow. If I want to remain conservative, I'll buy 15 contracts and I will put them up for sale for, say, an 8-cent gain or maybe 9 or 10-cent gain for a little more money. And then just keep growing the balance that way. That's kind of the idea. Okay. And that's what, so I write down here in the notes how many contracts I had purchased. 5, 430 calls, 6, 432 calls, 7, 426 calls. I give you the buy price and the sell price from 282 to 292, 491 to 520. These are the things. Sometimes I'll put in the time, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll put in other notes, sometimes I won't. This one here on Friday, I got very aggressive. Normally, I do not do same-day expirations. On Friday, I did because I really believed, for whatever reason, at that time that the market was going to go. By the way, Friday, if I recall, was in for a very short period of time because I had to go somewhere. I'm trying to think of where I had to go or do something. Oh, I know what it was. We were changing resorts or something. Yeah, we had to check out of where we were. So I only had about a half an hour to trade, if that. So I did a very quick calculation, and as it turned out, I was able to get in on same-day expirations for a much cheaper price, buy more contracts, get my profit, and I walked away $320. My goal was 90, and I made up for the $180 loss as well. So it worked out very well. All right. So anyway, moving along, let's get back to the trading room. We talked about the trading room. Let's get back to some more questions on our fireside chat. Normally this fire is moving. Let's make this a move here. There it goes. The fire is going. Cool nights. All right. How do I get into the trading room? Question. How do I get into the trading room? A couple of ways. I believe if everything goes well, at the end of this session, where did that go? Come on, click on this thing here. It's supposed to repeat, I think. Maybe it doesn't repeat. I don't know. At the end of this session, you should get a URL that will enable you to get into the trading room and actually subscribe right there. If you do not get that, or if you want to move it faster, just simply go to our website. Go to our website, DayTradeSPY.com, and go down here where it says subscribe now. Just hover your cursor over subscribe now. Go down here where it says trading room and scroll down. This gives you some more information about what we do and some testimonials, lots of good testimonials. We only put a few up every now and then. But right down here on the bottom, you'll love this one, 100% money back guarantee. Wow. Okay, down here, all right. By the way, it says 50 slots. They are filled, but we're taking some more. Okay, we're taking some more. And then down here is where you would enter your name, email address, and your credit card details. Okay, credit card details. I'm going to tell you something. If you come to the money show in Florida, I think you might be able to get a better deal. Okay, I think you're going to get a better deal. So if you're in the Florida area, all right, in the Orlando area, come to the money show as just to get into the exhibit hall. It doesn't cost you anything. Go into the find their booth and sign up there tomorrow. Okay, but either way, believe me, $6.99 a quarter, it's a steal. It is a steal, and I don't want to use the words guarantee, but I'm pretty sure you're going to walk away with more information than what you had going into it. Okay, you're going to get a lot of great information. So go to the website again, DayTradeSPY.com, and up at the top where it says subscribe now, click on that, and let's go back up to the top here, and just simply go down to where it says trading room, click on that, scroll down, and it'll be there. That will get you into the trading room. And if you get in, I believe tonight, you should be in the trading room tomorrow morning. if you do not get the codes early on, say by 8 o'clock Eastern time tomorrow morning, email me directly, Hugh G, like HUGHG, at DayTradeSPY.com. All right, include your payment information, and I'll send you the links to make sure you get in. But I'm pretty confident you should get the links for the whole week. Okay, that will get you into the trading room tomorrow morning. All right, comment from Clyde here. I love the Challenger. Tell me if you'll begin it again for the new year. I can't say for sure, Clyde, but I can tell you probably. I don't know when we would start it again, whether it be the new year or maybe wait a month or two. I'm not really sure. I know they like to roll these things out in certain sequences or whatever, but there's a lot of great things going on with DayTradeSPY and Eagle. In fact, there's going to be some stuff coming out you're going to absolutely love for those people who are probably a little more intermediate traders, intermediate to a little more advanced. But anyway, that's another story. We want to make sure that even as a beginner, a novice trader, you've got kind of everything covered. Okay, it's kind of important. All right. Did the disruption on Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 7:30. What affect trades in the trading room? Okay, why no trades October the 19th, 2020? Okay, so yes, in that screenshot, I just put the first 2 days trades in there. Those are the ones I was more heavily involved with, and I just mixed it up a little bit to show. See, normally I would just indicate on that screen what news moved the market the last week. So, and rather than a different screen to what we actually did, I just put all that on the same screen. It's not that we didn't trade. We did trade Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I understand that we did very well. And those people in the inner circle, which is another service we have, they get the updates every afternoon, and we disclose what we did every afternoon on the inner circle market update. If you're interested in the inner circle, go into subscribe now, go down to inner circle, and you can just scroll down there. I'm not sure what they're charging for that now. It's another special price, $275 a quarter. Seriously, that's, what is that, a coffee and donut a day? Really, are we not worth that? Folks, you're going to love this stuff. You're going to love this stuff. I say you're going to love this stuff because you know what I'll tell you? I wish I had a Hugh when I was learning this stuff many years ago. Okay. By the way, it's almost 9 o'clock now. You guys okay if we go overtime? Usually I wrap these things up in about an hour. Just want to go overtime just a few minutes, just kind of get all the questions in and stuff. And I just enjoy talking to you here on a Sunday night. So there's a real reason why you should get in the inner circle and the trading room and in all of our subscriptions, because the more you engage with the things that we do, the better trader you're going to become. I mean, it's just that simple. Aaron and I have gone through all of that. I don't think there's a whole lot more you can throw at us that we don't know. Now, precious time in the trading room is important. The more time you can be in the trading room, the more exposure you get for the various things that the market throws at you. Okay, I think that's really important. And the better trader you're going to be, simply because you're going to learn how to handle them. I'm going to use the analogy back to my aviation. When I learned to fly, we part of the exercises, we had to do stalls and spins and dives and, of course, taking off, landing, and all these other things, Well, why are we doing these spins and dives? Isn't that kind of dangerous? It's not a Disney ride, folks. There's no Disney ride in real aviation. And yes, it can be fun, I suppose, but I mean, it's not something I enjoy doing because it's so much fun, although it has its moments. It does give you a thrill, but I'll tell you, the reason we do those is simply this. If you ever, or when you ever inadvertently find yourself in this unusual situation, all right, you will instantly know and instantly react on how to get out of the situation. Okay. And it happens. If you fly, as an example, if you fly, and I'm sure the pilots can appreciate this, if you inadvertently fly into a cloud, you literally do not know up from down. Your instruments will tell you. And if you see your instruments going wonky and this thing's spinning around and you're spinning into the ground, you better level the wings and pull out of the die because you're going down. And if that cloud goes down to the ground, you're toast. You're so toast, and you don't want that. So, but you will recognize that instantly, and you will instantly know what to do to get out of that situation without breaking a sweat. And that is why we learn that stuff. That's exactly why we learn that stuff. And we practice it over and over again and different configurations so that we know what to do. That is the same with trading in the trading room. There are even times, although I haven't done in a while, where we purposely do a bad trade just to show you how to get out of it, right? Just to show you how to get out of it and hopefully unscathed. Now, there will be days, nothing is 100%. There will be certain times that the market just will do what it does for whatever reason it does. And there are going to be times when, you know what, probably the best thing to do is simply cut your loss. Cut your loss, go on to the next trade, but hopefully those money management techniques that we train you as well will not prevent you from getting into a trade the next day type of thing. All right, we do everything we can to minimize our exposure, our risk, but the market, there's no guarantees, and there's nobody out there, all right, who will have 100% success all the time. It just doesn't exist. Everybody is subject to the market forces. Okay, so I want you to know that. All right, let's move along to other things. So anyway, you can go to our website if you want to log on and subscribe to any of those strategies. So DayTradeSPY.com. Oh, while we're on that, I should tell you about something else. I think it's still there. Let me go back. Let me just see. Yes. Okay, so several months ago, we did this training course, a live training course. I think we did about 12 hour-and-a-half sessions. We recorded them, and it's the ultimate training course. So anybody who is new on and really has no idea what we're doing, you might want to consider this. See, this ultimate training course, they sold it for $9.95. It's supposed to be a limited time thing, and they're supposed to actually take this off the website, but they never bothered to yet. And I keep telling people, go up here to the ultimate training workshop. You can still get this. And then click here where you learn more, click here to learn more, and then go down here, take a look at this, read this. This is actually our full course. This is before Eagle came along. These things were going out the door, $3,500. Look at the price they have this here set up at, $9.95. Buy this thing now. You're going to get the entire workshop. All right. And I believe there's 11 different courses for only $995. All right. And I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing. And you can actually get the order right now, which will set wheels in motion. You're going to get all these webinars. Go through all the webinars, about an hour and a half each, some a little more, some a little less. And you're going to learn, you will learn everything we do. No stone left unturned. And it's just great. Okay. Let's get back to some more questions here. All right. Gordon, you were covering room results, didn't include the last 3 days of the week. Again, Aaron was more involved in that, and he's not on. I did some trades, all successful. I'll just kind of show you an example of what our trades were like. I didn't give you the full three because I want to get the reasons why in there, rather than just our trades. But we had a pretty good week. I had that one challenge loss, I know, for myself at $180. I don't know what Aaron's trades were. I know we got all busy and stuff. We didn't, collaborate here too much on things here. So I'm not sure what his trades are like. So, which days do you use same day options? Which days do you use for Friday? Okay, so Lee, on Mondays and Tuesdays, I generally use that same week's Friday's expiration. Okay, so I want to give a little bit of time, not too much. I want to give a little bit of time. And on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, I'll use next Friday's expirations. So I'm telling you a little secret on this stuff. Getting some time in there, not too much, but I want to get that balance between risk and reward. Okay. So kind of been putting that in there. So, all right. If you are expecting a quick in and out of the trade, how is far out? Why go far out in the expiration? Okay. That's a good question. So question is, if I'm expecting to get in and out on the same day, and in fact, in a few minutes, Why would I bother to go further out expiration wise? I'm not holding it that long. Well, here's the thing. The theta loss, which is the time component to options. Options have a time component. It's kind of like buying an ice cube. It melts on you. And what you want to do is you don't want to hold this long because it's melting on you. And the closer to expiration, the faster it melts. Okay. So I can understand why you would think, well, just by the same day expiration, you're not going to hold it long. The only thing is this. There's no guarantees on the market. And even though no matter how much we might think that stock is going to go up, it could hit a certain key resistance level, reverse course, and bounce around. And if you have an option, say, expires today, you could lose in, say, 1 or 2 hours, you could lose a noticeable amount of theta loss, okay? Even though you expect the market to go up. And maybe by 1 or 2 or 3 in the afternoon, if you haven't had your profit yet, you just might not get it. Because your theta loss is bringing your option price down. And that means you need a real good, solid move up, right? Strong. I'm going to go back here to show you this. A good move to the upside here to compensate for that theta loss. But if you buy further out, the percentage of your theta loss is very, very small. Very small. I don't have my options chart up to show you that. I will demonstrate that in the trading room tomorrow. All right, as a lesson as to why it's important to buy some time, even if you're expecting the stock to sell in 5 minutes. Okay, it's a protection. It's a protection. Again, as an aviation analogy, even though I might just be taking a short 20-mile trip, all right, personally, I still like to make sure my fuel tanks are at least 3/4 of a tank full, preferably full. Preferably full. I like to have lots of gas. There's, you can never have too much gas. The only time you can have too much gas in your plane is when you're on fire. Okay. So I always like to have more because you never know. You never know. Well, let's say something happens, you're stuck, the airport's closed, right? Let's say you're going to this remote airport 20 miles away. And you find out that there was an incident on the runway, and they had to close. They had to close the runway. Well, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? You're going to you have to go to a different airport. Now you might want to say, well, I think I'll go to the next airport over. I might go back, or you never know. Or even if you go back to your home airport and something happened over there too. Okay, now I'm stuck in the air, and if I don't have enough fuel, I'm really in trouble, right? So you want to make sure you have lots of fuel. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I want to make sure you have lots of time so that you don't panic should something horrible happen and the stock turns against you. So, okay. All right. Okay. Got a comment here from one of our subscribers. She says, I agree that the trading room and the inner circle are very well worth it. Lots of exclamation points. I'm still learning, but I'm glad that I joined them both. And thank you for that. It's really good to hear that. Really good to hear. So just a few more questions real quick. Let's get on with the event here, folks. I don't want to hold you up all night here. Okay, that's not the objective here. And I want to make sure that I get all the questions in. I don't want to lose them here. Let's see what happened to my questions here. Okay, where you guys been all this time? Now I find you after I lost thousands of dollars that I should never have. That I know this stuff. We've been here for a while. I'm sorry you didn't see us earlier. We're in our 14th year here. Next question. How long should I count on being in the trading room before I get any good at this? The longer you're in, the better you're going to be. You're going to know. So here's what I recommend. In fact, I told somebody this earlier today. Join the trading room. Give it a few months. You probably won't take that long before you get good at it. But learn our systems. Learn our strategies. We've got the out of the morning gate strategy, which looks at the 5-minute chart on the breakouts. And again, we'll get into this in detail. We've got the scalping strategy, which I love. This is where you're going for just a small amount of money, but for more contracts multiple times. We've got our bread and butter strategy. We've got our pick of the day. We've got our challenge, which kind of uses the scalping model. So we got all these different things. And so when you start by paper trading, it's impossible to lose money when you're paper trading, okay? But I also advocate keep a log. I just like the log I showed you, that spreadsheet. That's all it is, just a spreadsheet. The important column there is the notes. Keep your notes and write down any challenges that you might have. Write down the good things you did, the challenges. I'm going to see if I can find something here. Trading plan. Would this be here? Let me see. I'm using a different computer than I normally do. Okay, I don't think it's on here now. Okay. So what I want to show you is not here. DayTradeSPY trading plan. No, I moved it somewhere. I don't find it. I was going to show you a trading plan that I have. And I think it's really well worth putting those columns in and noting your challenges, noting your trades, that sort of thing, keeping a good record of your trades and learn from your mistakes. Now, after you have about 20 or 30 good paper trades, then transition to real money, starting small, maybe $1,000 or $1,500 or something like that. All right, and then work that up slowly, confidently. You're going to build your confidence, right? That's what you're going to do, and eventually you're going to just ramp up your real trades. That's the way to do it. At least that's how I did it, and it seems to work very well for me. And I hope that it works well for you too. Again, I can't promise that my system is going to work for everybody. Works for me, works for a lot of people. So hopefully you'll be on that one too. How's it that you lost that one day in the 10K challenge? If you're so good, that should not have happened. Am I right? Well, I can tell you what happened that day. Seems to me I got really involved. I think I might have been traveling or something. I can't remember now, or getting ready to go somewhere or something. And what happened was, during that trade, it did not fill as quickly as I thought it was going to. I had a good entry, and I thought I was going to get it to a certain level, but it bounced off a key resistance level that I thought was going to push through. It didn't. It came down. I thought, okay, this trade is not looking real good. It came down, and it came back up again, and then when it sort of plateaued to that where it was before, I thought, I just don't like this trade anymore. I thought, you know what, sometimes it's just better, I'm going to take the loss. In all likelihood, the next day, if it didn't fill the same day, the next day it probably did. I just didn't want to tie up my capital, so I can come in and trade that strategy the next day using the same capital. I didn't want to hold that off on any further days or anything like that. So I thought, you know what, it's okay to take a loss once in a while. I mean, that's all part of the game. So $180, no big deal. I was ahead of the game by what, $600, $700, $800. I was still fine. So that's why I did that. Absolutely, it's true. So another question, can I just follow either you or Aaron and make money, or do I need to learn both methodologies? Okay, that's a good question. So Aaron uses his strategy, and he uses a lot of Fibonacci and Andrew's pitchfork, and I use my indicators, which is mostly exponential moving averages, support resistance, chart patterns, marry them in with the fundamentals, okay, and other things. So I've got my set of indicators, Aaron's got his. You do not have to learn both. If you do learn both, you are going to get the synergistic effect of both. But believe me, you can make money on either of our strategies, whichever one is more sort of fitting to your style. I like to keep it as simple as possible. Aaron goes for that deep dive analysis, longer term analysis. Very good, both of them. But I like mine. He likes his. Some people like apples, other people like bananas. There's no right or wrong, but when you bring them both together, you get this fruit cocktail, which is even better. I don't know, bananas and oranges go well together. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Maybe another question here. I saw the trading room offered at a cheaper price somewhere else a few weeks ago. Can I have that deal? Whatever deal is on the table at the time, that's what you should look at. And if you happen to pay $6.99 or $5.99 or whatever it was at the deal, all right, we can't go back. We're not going back. All right. So and I can assure you that $6.99 a quarter for the trading room is an incredible bargain. And I'm going to explain something to you. Before Eagle bought us out, okay, we were getting we're charging, and we're getting a lot of people $99 a week. So Eagle bought us out, and they said, we're going to try to make this affordable for even more people. We're going to bring the price down. Now, but when we were doing it earlier, before Eagle, we had business advisors, And they were always on us about, they're saying, you should charge a lot more. This trading was is well worth more than what you're charging. And I'd say to these guys, we used to fight about this. I said, well, I want to get a lot of people in on this, this cheaper price. I mean, I know it's worth more, but if we can get them in at only like $99 a week, I mean, seriously, that's a good deal. That's like, what, $20 a day, but like a lunch at a little restaurant somewhere. And they said, no, you should charge more. And they were talking like hundreds of dollars a week. They said the information you give, is outstanding. It's game changing. It's life changing. So I said, I know, but anyway. So for Eagle to bring it down to $6.99 a quarter or whatever they charge them, holy jeez, what are you guys, nuts? Anyway, but so it's just like a Subway sandwich. So if you like it, buy it, okay? And I also assure you of this. Once you start making money at the system, you'll very quickly forget about the price of it. You'll quickly forget about the price. That's unbelievable. That's actually very, very true. Like a lot of people say, oh my gosh, this thing is worth way over what you're charging. All right, let me see any other questions here. What is the difference between the trading room and the inner circle? The difference between these two, simply this. Okay, so the inner circle gives you a screenshot of the way we see the market at 9 o'clock. Okay, and for the day, right? You also get a follow-up report later in the day as to what we actually did, and you also get Tuesday night interactive meetup. Okay, so you can ask questions and discuss anything and everything to do with SPY. Sort of a very laid back. Anybody who may be just getting started or doesn't know what to do, just get the inner circle. That costs even less. It's next to nothing. So that's a snapshot. The trading room is a streaming live video service. Okay, it's as it happens, actual real-time data that you're going to see, and we discuss everything real time. We're there for 1 hour, 20 minutes every day discussing what we're talking about, and that's what that is. And I think with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it a night now, because I'm pretty confident I kept you guys way longer than normal. It is now 9:19, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you back here. This is recorded. Hopefully you'll get the recording if you haven't seen it, and hope to see you in the trading room, inner circle, the whole course, everything. You'll love it. It's been a pleasure.
You're the one, shine brighter than the moon and the sun. Be great at what you do, give it all of you, and trust the process and keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what I'm seeing, you can have